Hello, I'm Jennifer Piper, and joining us today for Member Focus is Henry Chan. Henry, thanks so much for joining us. Could you start by telling us a bit about yourself?
I'm a corporate analyst. I'm also doubling up as a property valuer. So my core role is corporate analyst at the moment, and working for the federal government. And we deal with all the government assets per se, yes.
And are you from Melbourne originally?
No, I was born overseas in Malaysia originally. I spent my younger years over there, and then beyond that was Singapore. Spent a short period of time in America, and then beyond that point in Australia. My dad was himself a property valuer, so it's a bit of a travelling family for us.
What was it that first attracted you to Freemasonry?
I didn't really know too much about Freemasonry in the early years, probably going back 6 years ago. It was through a corporate friend of ours. He's been in association with us for the business side of things, and he's a barrister, a solicitor. And I actually was invited to some of his social functions, i.e. family friends dinners, some of the events, and I got to know some of his friends and family members per se, and eventually I was introduced to the Freemasonry and also the fellowship of that.
I understand that you're also quite adept at the piano. Do you play often?
I haven't been of late, but yes, I have actually spent a bit of time since I was younger. Dad was the major influence. Since about 7 years old, or a bit earlier, he used to actually just put on his so-called modern gramophone on classical music, and he's very, very into his violin concertos and some of the orchestra symphony music. So from that point on, Mum was saying, why don't we put the kids to learning an instrument, and piano was chosen. So from that point on, we were put to lessons and being classically trained pianists.
How does your love of the piano fit with Freemasonry?
Several factors. Music provides you with freedom of thoughts, and also you were able to maintain lifted spirits from time to time when you're kind of feeling a little bit sort of uneasy or down, or daily routines and stuff like that. However, when I joined Freemasonry, I saw a couple of very, very special organs that I would like to get my hands on. So one day I just went into the lodge room, turned on the switch and start jiving away. So I thought that it was quite interesting. It was a bit of a switch. However, I've got a friend who actually is very quite good at playing the organ. So from that point on, I thought that, yeah, I can actually adapt to that and maybe become a lodge organist.
How does Freemasonry impact on your everyday life?
Freemasonry, through the fellowship of some of the brethren and also amongst other friends, it taught me to be tolerant and being respectful and also considerate to other people's opinions, and what your actions will be counter actions by others. So from time to time, before you lash out or say anything inappropriate, think about other people's feelings, and also be considerate in all aspects of people's reactions. And that's probably the core value of Freemason and Freemasonry itself.
How does your family feel about you being a Freemason?
Family's been very supportive, and they know that I spend quite a bit of time dedicated myself to some of the rehearsals, visiting other lodges, and fellowship with other lodge brethren, and also spending time sharing our knowledge and also learning a little bit about the Freemasonry beyond the point of the day-to-day meetings. So that has actually been the greatest support by family and friends.
Have they noticed a change in you since you became a Freemason?
I think so. Mate mentioned by my brother himself when he was travelling through from America and visiting. He's, by the way, is also a very, very keen pianist, and he started his own group of chamber music. Modern chamber music. It's called DC Revolution. So they do actually provide free charitable music performances in restaurants, in other places where classical music is hard to get to. And he's actually mentioned that several years ago when he came and joined us and spent some time with us for holidays. And he said, your temperaments change, your attitude towards lives change, your association with your friends, family, members have actually improved, and also quite pleasantly, I thought that was a good thing.
Henry, thank you so much for coming in to speak to us today.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.